feel when you come to our school.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. Because I'm happy with alone if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy with alone if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy with alone if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy with alone if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Waiting for this show, right? So Ellen always starts her show with a monologue, right? She comes out and starts talking. And I feel since I am your principal, I should at least leave you with some learning for today. So wait, don't start groaning at me yet, okay? A monologue is a form of dramatic entertainment, a soliloquy. So when you get to high school and you start studying Shakespeare, they will talk about soliloquy all the time. And you can say, yeah, that's what Ellen does. See, you already know something when you get there. So I've been studying up about Ellen to see kind of maybe what we have in common, perhaps. And while many of you guys come up to me and tell me that I sound like Ellen, your parents have come up to me and told me that I sound like Ellen when I talk. I have complete strangers that tell me I sound like Ellen when I talk. I'm going to tell you that that is absolutely where the similarity ends. Because, come on, Ellen's loaded, right? I mean, she has a huge house. I've watched her show. She talks about it. She has a Segway that takes her from one end of the house to the other. She's actually talked about it. On the other hand, me, I can stand in one place in my house and see every single room. If I were to get on a Segway, I'd get on the Segway, I'd go this far, and then I'd get off the Segway, and I'd be there. I could just walk that fast. Be kind of silly. She also, when you're that loaded, actually, you have servants that do a lot of stuff for you. So just imagine you're Ellen, and you have these servants that do anything you want. I imagine Ellen even has somebody that finds the remote when it's missing, right? Let's call him Eric, the remote guy. Can you? So Ellen gets, rides her Segway up to her big comfy recliner, gets, sits down, sits there, and thinks, darn, I don't have the remote. Oh, Eric, would you get me the remote? And he, immediately gets her the remote. I, on the other hand, do not have that luxury. I'm having to stick my hands down in the cushions. I'm coming up with crumbs. Do you guys do that? Yeah, I know, right? It's awful. And I actually have to get up to look for it. Or I can try. I do have 2 golden retrievers, but they're kind of spotty on whether they're not consistent. Okay? I'll get all excited. Get the remote. Get the remote. Get the remote. And what do? They get the leash. So, I haven't had a lot of luck with training them to get the remote. I think even if I did, it'd be kind of slobbery and gross when I got it. So that's kind of where it is. Ellen's also so rich that she has artificial intelligence, in her house. Google made a pair of Google Glass just for Ellen. She wore them on the show. But you might not realize that she's a bit of a diva. And she refuses to wear them because it messes up her hair. Imagine having glasses that you could do anything in the house, but you won't wear them because you don't want to mess up your hair. Kind of silly, right? Well, I think she got this way because, as you all know, she is a cover girl, right? She's on a lot of magazines. When they say you're a cover girl, that means you're worthy of being on the cover of a magazine. I, on the other hand, am not even in the book. I'm not at the end of the book. I am not even projected to be in any edition of the book, ever. And I think it kind of goes back to this really bad choice that I made. So kids, listen, bad choices, they follow you forever. I made a bad choice. Have you ever had somebody taking your picture and you decide to make a face when they're taking the picture because you're really not in the mood to have somebody take your picture, right? So you make this awful face. Well, I did that, and it ended up in the yearbook. Okay? And for real, it ended up in the yearbook. Now, I have fired Mr. Ashton several times for putting it in the yearbook, and he still comes to work every day. But yeah, that is, you know, and I got a letter right after that came out in the yearbook from CoverGirl, and they said, no way, are we ever going to have you as a CoverGirl ever? However, on the bright side, I did get contacted by the Bald Knobbers because they thought, yeah, then that's our kind of girl right there. Anybody that can make that face is absolutely going to be good for our show. Speaking of the past, you guys probably remember Oprah Winfrey, right? You're not that young. You remember Oprah? Well, Ellen and Oprah, I think they're friends in real life, probably. But I also think there's some of that healthy competition going on, right? I mean, Oprah was on for a long time, and Oprah gave stuff away to people on her shows. Ellen has been on a long time. She's won lots of daytime Emmys and all those different things. And she gives away things to her audiences all the time, right? Well, Oprah has her own school. Now, it's in Africa, but she has her own school. And I'm trying to help Ellen out, and I want to hear from you guys if you think this is a good idea. But I think we should help Ellen out and let her come here and have this be our school, her school for one day. If she came here to be principal at Reed Academy for one day, what do you think? Good idea? You know, I really think that would be a good idea. Look, she even dresses like a principal, right? I mean, sort of. I wore my very best Chucks today, just for this, so I could sort of look like Ellen, kinda. So finally, I mean, and I realize that we're not in Africa, right? I mean, Oprah's school is in Africa. We're not in Africa. We're in the Midwest. But you have to realize that people in Los Angeles, they think the Midwest is Africa to them. They think it is that far away. So it's really kind of a good, it's good. I think it'll work. So hopefully we can get her to come here, be principal for a day. She can do hall duty with me. We can do some early morning duty. You know how I welcome you guys every morning when you walk in, and I try and get you to say good morning even though you don't want to, and most of the times you guys go, at me. Yeah, see, everybody, I've done that to everybody. I'm like the Walmart greeter, and everybody just kind of grunts. So hopefully she'll come and share a day with us. It'll be a good time here at Reed Academy. Finally, the final difference between Dr. Grega and Ellen is that Ellen can dance. I can't dance, guys, okay? It's painful to watch me dance. At my wedding, all we did was rock back and forth. A painful amount of time until that first dance was over and I could be done. So really, as I've shown you, and I actually put that picture of me as a bald knobber up there, I am not afraid to embarrass myself. So we're gonna dance, and you guys are gonna join me. And I'm gonna come down there right now. Here we go. Come on, come on. I've always wanted to do that.